We need to start on like a serious This was a good warm up. We've got like our laughing bones.
Yeah.
Flex. You don't flex a bone, do you? I've broken my bone. Okay.
But sometimes, so when I'm doing like a, sometimes
I'm not looking at it.
sometimes I'll be like, let me tell you one thing I really like, and then I'll say whatever the video is.
Let me tell you one thing for an hour.
My hair is bad, man.
Yeah.
No.
Hello. This is a podcast. That's Charlie.
It would be a podcast, but you see, this is the thing. We have a bit of explaining to do because.
Sorry, the explaining we have to do is that Charlie.
Yeah,
is
so
dying.
we don't have. Oh my god, no. We don't have any microphones or anything. So this isn't really a podcast. This is just like a pilot episode of something that we've had planned for a really, really long time, and
2
everything.
years.
Yeah, I was about to go really deep, and then you just interrupt me. I was say,
I don't really care.
I was say everything starts somewhere. But yeah, so you don't really. You probably, this isn't going to be that interesting to you. This is only our first, well, yet. This first episode might not be that interesting to you, but you know, it could be quite funny. Just stay with us if you want.
Have it playing in the background of like having sex.
Yeah, have it playing in the background of doing something.
Like sex. Or like surgery.
Anyway, just have it in the background playing or something. Or something, and then
they don't know.
So this is I haven't done with my explaining. So yeah, this is just a pilot episode. One day in the future, we don't know when. One day in the future, we'll have microphones. There'll probably be an actual table here. This is just purely a test. But if you like it, give it a like. If you don't like it, dislike it.
No, don't do that.
Man, I need to know. I need to know what people want. Oh, by the way, I finally reached 200 subscribers, so thank you all so much for that. I'll make another video for a thank you probably, and there's another top 10 video coming out this weekend, I think. So yeah.
All the way in the future, when you have a billion subscribers.
A billion.
Yeah, you have a seventh of the population subscribed to you. You're going to look back at this and be like, 200 subscribers. I remember that day. That was the day. James got a car crash.
That was the day me and Ollie started something revolutionary. This could become big one day. You never know. It probably doesn't. I can imagine people watching this right now just being like, "Who are these two?"
Well, probably know who you are.
Well, some of you might know who I am if you're a subscriber. I am Charlie. I'm CP Nethercliff, CPN, whatever you want to call me. But this specimen right here, this is Ollie. Do you want to say your full name? Do you want to reveal that? You don't want people going on your Facebook and adding you and all that, do you? Well, this is just Oliver. This is Oliver. His name is Ollie. I'm actually going to put a link to his Twitter in the description.
Thank you.
I always do that to any of my.
Or do my Tumblr.
Sorry, that was a really violent cough. What?
I have a Tumblr. You should do my Tumblr. It's pretty funny.
Oh wow, you didn't know you were that hipster. So he has a Tumblr. I don't because I'm not stupid. But you know, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wow, you just alienated like a lot of your fans.
I'm joking.
Fuck you too.
Cut that out. Yeah.
Hey, do you have a dog? You.
So I'm gonna put his Twitter and Tumblr in the description. Well, actually no. Okay, I won't. So yeah.
My hair is usually a lot curlier than this.
No one cares.
No, because maybe if they see me in another one, they're like, oh, who's this guy?
Oh yeah. So yeah, usually his hair is a lot curlier than this. Today it's quite fluffy and.
It's because I've been on holiday for 2.5 weeks, and then I got home like 3 days ago, and then I've just been in my house. And I had a bath yesterday, but I was like, I have like my.
Oh, that's a rare one.
I have my iPad, and I was like watching Netflix. And I was like, if I have to wash my hair, I have to take my glasses off, and I can't see Netflix. So I just couldn't be bothered. I shaved. I made that effort, but no.
You don't use contact lenses anymore, do you?
Yeah, I do. I still do. I'm not going to put contact lenses on for the bath. They all special occasions.
Sorry.
I have a limited amount.
I also need to explain something else. Sorry, I just kind of completely like dismissed what you just said, but. What else I need to say is that what was I going to say? What was I actually going to say? Oh yeah, the whole point of this is that we're just going to have random conversations about stuff. There's going to be like little news article things that we found. What we do in this series, this is going to be a series by the way, it's not going to be a certain schedule to it because we always have different like times that we're free, but this is going to be a series and what we're going to do is basically just look at new stuff, talk about what's happened in our lives.
This is our IT lessons from like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So
we used to do
Charlie
ICT or IT. Whatever. I don't know if there's any other name for that, but
So Charlie and I used to share a class, and we'd sit, like I'd sit at the front of the class, and he sat right behind me, and we didn't do anything in the lessons. We both came out of it with very good grades, though. I got an A people.
yeah, I got C's.
But we'd just sit and talk to each other the entire time, and we'd have other people there talking, and we'd just pull up random stuff on the computers, and we would come out of the class crying with laughter, and everyone else thought we were psychopaths. I liked it.
I thought he was a psychopath, but me, you know.
Okay, so I have a very good story for Charlie.
Do you?
No, otherwise I wouldn't bring it up.
Okay, go on. Hang on, let me just do this quickly. I need to just quickly message my mom.
Sent?
Yeah. Okay, so Ollie,
Oh, yeah.
Ollie, I heard you were a little birdie told me. No.
As
So
in
Ollie-
me.
Yeah, so you told me you had a little
What?
I don't know, think
Yeah.
about.
Okay, so I told him on Snapchat, last week I did, I thought he had a really good story. By the way, why is Snapchat trying to be like 8 different apps? It's like pictures and then like, oh, messaging, and we have the news. Anyway, so
Okay, carry on.
So I was on a plane. I was on holiday for like the last couple of weeks. I can see what's going on in my eye. I was flying home.
From where? Berlin.
From Denmark. I went from Berlin to Denmark
Okay.
with family, and then I came back here a couple of days ago with my mum. And but we were sat on different parts of the plane. For some reason, we got
Oh, I
like,
hate
weird
when that
tickets.
happens.
But I like sitting alone. I was just with random people, and in front of me there was this. I guess it was Norwegian. It was a Norwegian kid and his mum. Like I was at the window, and the kid in front of me, his mum, and his brother, I guess. And I know they're Norwegian because they sound like Danish, but and there's a joke.
But yeah, he can speak fluent Danish, by the way.
I am.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
He's Danish.
My mum's Danish.
Yeah, his mum's Danish.
There's a joke that goes around like all the Scandinavian countries. It's like so like the joke might be like, how do you speak Norwegian? Oh, you speak Danish with hot potatoes in your mouth, and that's what the kids sound like. So I'm like, oh, it's very Norwegian. It's actually kind of offensive.
How do you do that? Hot potatoes in your mouth.
That's
I can't
it's a
even
joke.
I can't even speak in an English accent with hot potatoes in my
No,
mouth.
that's the joke because it's not because basically Danish people are saying that Norwegians sound retarded.
Oh.
Or maybe something that's less offensive.
Yeah.
But they sound weird. No, so this kid was like being a typical kid on the airplane, and we just sat down. We haven't even moved yet, and he's like, ah! And I'm like, fuck, this isn't so irritating.
That is worrying.
And I had headphones. He's having a seizure. I had my headphones in. I'm like listening to music. I'm just trying to blast them out. And then like, oh, you can't have headphones on during takeoff. You have the safety mask.
yeah.
Oh. So I got to listen to this kid just do everything he can think of, like irritating. And his mum's like, shh. He's like, ah! He gets louder every time.
Yeah.
And then he starts singing a song about Wi-Fi. We haven't even started tackling. We haven't even backed out of the gate yet. He starts singing a song about Wi-Fi in Norwegian. The only words I pick up was we something Wi-Fi something something something. And it's just and because he's a kid, he sings the song. I guess he's heard it on like a TV show. He sings it like the first time. He sings it how he heard it. And then he thinks, oh, I'm like Skrillex. I can start just saying more. So he starts singing in like different emphasis and like moving with the pitch. I'm gonna kill this kid. And he's like rocking back on his seat and everything. And then I was like, so we start backing out and do a security announcement. And I'm like, oh god. I can smell the kid soiled himself.
Oh my god.
It smells so bad.
How old is this kid?
I'm gonna say like 4.
Oh.
But he's properly soiled himself. And I can smell it's warm as well. I can feel the heat on my face. It's burning my face.
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
And then the kid's like, the mum probably doesn't smell it, but it's freaking worrying. The kid decides to announce it to his mum. The best way I can think of. He turns to his mum and goes, he says mum in Norwegian, he's like, what? John Cena!
What the hell?
He does the John Cena intro. It's like, I couldn't have imagined something more perfect.
What the
and
hell?
the kid, he does it like wrong as well. He goes like, like this John Cena just shit himself. And the mum's like, oh. And but obviously you can't use the toilets whilst they're doing security and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to wait till they're in the air and she goes and changes them.
Oh.
And I just sat with like his turds fermenting in my face whilst he's like humming the John Cena intro to himself, and the mum looks so embarrassed. Everyone's watching him.
That's disgusting.
And it's ironically though, not the worst fight I've ever been on.
Yeah.
He actually made it quite entertaining for me. I was just listening to music and I could just hear him screaming to his
That's so
brother.
weird that you were on your own as well. You didn't.
Like my mum was like 3, 4.
How many were you? Wait, who were you? Were you just with like random?
I was just with like an English couple, and like the husband was watching a documentary.
Did they not pick up on the?
No, they were more confused by me because I kept on laughing my arse off, and they looked really confused.
They couldn't smell it or anything.
I don't think so. They must have like annoyed me or something.
God.
I look, or maybe there's like typical English, like stiff upper lip. There's like kids all the time.
Yeah.
But if I start laughing, like this isn't funny. And like she was trying to read a book, I think, and I kept on like elbowing her because I was like laughing, and, like cocking my head back and just knock her elbow.
That's funny.
She got very annoyed at me.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
But no one else seemed to. People were more interested in the fact that the kid was singing John Cena. More than anything.
That's hilarious because there's like a huge like kind of
It's a meme.
yeah meme.
Which, by the
John
way,
Cena.
gonna say,
What?
I'm starting a new segment. Meme of the week.
Meme of the week.
Yeah, I haven't discussed this with you.
He's really good at finding memes. You seem to find so many weird pictures on the internet and then just send them into the group chat.
Yeah.
It worries me.
So meme of the week, and I say week really loosely because there is no way we're doing this next week.
Yeah.
Meme of the week, John Cena meme.
What about it?
It's a good meme. Check it out. John Cena.
But I don't know what the meme is though.
The meme. Oh, do you not know the meme? Okay, so the meme is right. You get like a video. It's a video really posh. A video. You get a video of I did it again. Like a TV show.
A video.
A video of someone like. It's usually from TV shows where someone will say, "Hi, I'm so and so. What's your name?" And they'll go, "I'm John Cena."
Yeah.
And it's like and they'll do it forever. They'll do it for like. I watched the whole 10-minute video.
So that's what you mean. But,
The meme is the John
I thought you were talking about a picture. Like
No,
picture.
I watched a whole 10-minute video.
Is that the prank? The prank one? There's one where it's like a guy pranking, like fast food restaurants or something like that. Like it's phone call, and they're like, "We take your order," and they'll like say something, and then it'll be like, "But you can watch it on Monday night, John Cena," like that. And it's like I can't remember exactly what it was like.
No, but it's a proper meme.
Just want to apologise. If you can hear the rain in the background, it's raining like crazy
No, it's sunny.
right now.
Sunny. You're right.
But it is really raining like crazy.
No, it's like Bahamas outside.
So if you can hear kind of rattling in the background.
I just came out of Berlin where it was 39 degrees and I was working
39 degrees in
and
Berlin.
I was sweating my ass off. And I've come to your house today, Charlie, wearing a coat and gloves and a hoodie and everything.
You wore a coat, gloves and hoodie? Wow.
No, here.
Today though, and that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
weird.
today.
I can't believe you wore that.
Not like, but
Yeah, but I can't believe you wore it here either. It's not even that cold today, it's just raining.
Well, yeah, sure. You know I can't handle the things.
Yeah, look, let's see if we can find this, the one I'm talking about.
Okay, so whilst we're doing this, I might as well tell another story. This is another story from Berlin I have.
Okay.
Pretty good that you have like our podcast after the holiday. I've got little anecdotes.
Yeah, exactly. You've got so many stories. I have nothing to tell. That's why I had the cold. That's why I had the. Let me just close this. The rain is so loud.
So do you know what the Reichstag is?
The what?
The Reichstag. It's the German like House of Parliament, basically. And I got to go on a tour of the House of Parliament. It's like a free thing. You just book online.
Anyway, yeah.
You book online like a couple months ahead, and they just like it's free, and they'll just take you on a tour. And the famous attraction is like on the roof is. I'll show you a picture. So the dome is glass, and the attraction is that usually you just go up into the dome and it's really nice. But you can book a free tour of the whole Parliament itself. So I did that with my grandparents. And
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's the glass. And it's really cool.
You go inside it?
Yeah, you go in like through the front door as well. I mean, it's heavy, and
That was not far, by the way. That was.
But this building here is like security. You go in like an airport security. It's this big thing. So you go in there, and we're in there for like 20. So they go go through security, and there's a person there waiting for you, like, oh, you're part of the English group, because they have like, English, German, Spanish, and maybe French as well. But like you go in like a big group of 20 people, and they're waiting like, oh, you're the English group, and like, yeah, and then, oh, we're all here. So they walk all the way up, and then that person leaves you there, and you walk through these doors, close behind you, and open in front of you, like decontamination, and another person leads you through, and another person takes you around, and you sit down in these chairs, and you wait, and you're like, oh, wait for some minutes, your guide will come along in a couple of minutes. And like, oh, great. And this little, she's not old, she's kind of middle-aged lady, and she's like blonde, and like blonde blue eyes, and she gets up and she kind of waddles over, and she was like, hello, welcome to the Reichstag. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. It's like an hour-long tour. It was my favourite memory of the entire holiday was this bloody tour, because this lady, she grew up in she's German Russian, so she grew up in East Berlin, where the Russians had Berlin.
Yeah.
So she was like Russian descent. She grew up in Germany, and so she's like, she couldn't speak perfect English, but that's fine because no one really can.
Yeah.
She was just, it was like she was a robot. When I came in, she was sat on a computer. I'm pretty sure she was just updating herself, or like downloading into the hard drive. And she gets up and she doesn't walk. She just sort of.
That is so weird.
And she walks so slowly, and I'm following her, and she like. Anytime you had to speak, anytime she said something, there's a lot of things to see, and she has to like, point everything out. And she has to have like 4 introductions to everything she says. Odds are she's not watching this, so I can say anything about her. I want really. But she'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, now if you turn your attention to this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very interesting thing. Now I'd like to show you, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you what this is. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? This is an original piece of wall. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know what this is. You can tell people that you've seen this, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll follow me, and then she walks at half a mile an hour down the corridor.
That's hilarious.
And she was so condescending as well, because like there's 4 main entrances, and one of them is like an art exhibition. It's like it's a rod basically from the floor to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And it's like a text, like rolling text, like you have on a bus or something.
Yeah.
And it's just German words going whoosh, 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 whoosh. And she says, oh, this is an American. She does her whole spiel of all the instructions. She goes, this is an American art piece by this American artist, I can't remember her name. And she's like, are there any Americans here? And like pretty much everyone holds their hand up. And she goes, and she's so constant, she's like, there is a piece of work here by your artist. Wow. I'm like, your only artist. Well done.
Wow.
It was a pretty cool piece of art. But the way she said it. And then we go into the basement, and there's these big pillars as well in his basement, like 1, 2, 3 big ones. And she's like, and we're leaving. We went to the other end of the corridor. She showed us the thing. And we come back, and then she always used to do this. She used to like, she can't hold a conversation. She has to, every time she thinks of something new, she goes on about that. So she's walking to you, now ladies and gentlemen, I have just thought of something very funny, ladies and gentlemen. Turn and look at this. What is this? What do you think this is? These are pillars that go to the surface. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think they are? Silence. It's like the first day of school when no one wants to say anything, you say it wrong. No one says anything. And then this one, like after 5 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes, a minute, 2 minutes, awkward silence, this American kid goes, water? And she's like, close, but no. And then we go another minute, and she's silent again, it's awkward, and it's like, what am I saying? She goes, well, ladies and gentlemen, no one got it. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, of course no one got it. There are tree roots, there are trees on the surface, and they have been there for a very long time. And these hold the roots. It means that the tree don't die. I'm like, wow, big deal. But she couldn't hold a conversation. She'd go up to the thing, like, look at this door. Look at this door. This is a very special door. I just thought something else. Doors are quite interesting. Let me tell you about. And she'd always say like, for example, but she doesn't know any examples other than the immediate example in front of her. So this door, she'd be like, so she'd talk about a thing. She'd be like, so the German Parliament has. For example, in the German Parliament.
Yeah.
That's not an example, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd ask her questions and stuff. And there were a couple of questions I asked her about Hitler, because there were like loads of art pieces, and there were some bits that were a bit like bits cut out because of 1933 and stuff. And like, so we got rid of Hitler. And she's like, she just wouldn't talk about him. I'm like, yeah, understandable. But
It's so awkward. Wait, she said no pictures of me.
She doesn't, you know, take pictures of the staff of inside in case of like, because if like he kidnapped members of the staff, like blackmailed them.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, and it's like I asked her a question. I wasn't asking her a question like, what do you think of Hitler? I was a bit like, I did German history last year and learning and like Hitler would come up in the conversation, and like my grandparents got a picture, and I'm like really eager, and she's.
That's so awkward. Do you know what though? Do you know what's really weird though? For some reason, when you start talking about that lady, I have no idea why. It really reminded me of what was his name? That teacher we had. And, do you remember in Evenham, the supply teacher? What was his name? He just said his first name. He didn't say. He was like, what did he say?
My name is Norbert.
Oh yeah. So basically, when we were in year 11, which is what,
like a year ago.
10th grade though, isn't it, or something? Or what is that in America?
The last year of high school.
Yeah, the last year of high school, which was last year.
Okay, so when we were 16.
Yeah, when we were 16, we had this. It's got no internet.
No. Okay, just keep talking.
When we were 16, we had an English. We had like an English. What do you call it?
Supply teacher.
Yeah, basically supply teacher for an English lesson. And he was obviously completely new to being a teacher. He like knew nothing about the. If you want to hang on.
Yeah, he didn't. He'd always been like roped in at the last minute. They just caught him off the street, probably.
I think he was honestly just didn't have any money, and he just honestly just was desperate for a job because he got there. And this is the first thing. The first rule to being a teacher, I'd say, is
no, don't say your first name.
Yeah, don't say your first name. You say I'm Mr. Blah blah blah. He literally stood there and went. No, he didn't even introduce himself. Someone said, "Sir, wait, what's your name, sir?" And he was like, "My name is Norbert." Like that. That was literally what he said.
And he just blank face. Just,
yeah.
My name is Norbert.
My name is Norbert.
Like, okay, no, not that. And we're like, Norbert, what's?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the paper thing.
Wait, with the paper thing.
And okay, so like we had to write. No one wrote.
Oh yeah.
It's like had a line
Oh
paper
my
and just
God.
hand it in, and so we had to get all these pieces of line paper, and he gave out one sheet each, which for the assignment we were given was nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I was like, but I'd already taken, because me and Charlie just sat on the table on our own, right by the front desk.
Yeah.
So we just took paper when we wanted it,
Yeah.
and other people had only one sheet. And like, Norbert, can I have some paper? And he'd be handing it out, and then he turns to me and Charlie and takes like a thick wad of paper.
Yeah.
And starts like leaning
And
over.
yeah, he gave it to us, and we didn't need this much, sir. And he's like, what? You know what I? What is it?
You know what I always say?
You can never have too much.
And it was
It's like, oh my god, you're just like cryptic about everything.
No,
he said something about like
his dad. He was like,
yeah.
He was asking me.
Was it a milkman or something?
He was asking me what I liked in school. I was like, oh, I like history. I'm a keen historian. And he was like, oh, my father was a milkman. He's like, but he loved history.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great.
He had like a
Do I know
story
him?
for everything in his life. It was great, and he had this really creepy ring on. He made this whole story.
No, that was the Canadian guy. That was the Canadian guy with the.
Was it?
Yeah, with the New World Order.
Yeah, it was New World Order. Okay, that's a different story.
But we used to joke about Norfolk a lot.
Yeah.
About how
So
like you said, you have a story for everything.
What grade is it?
Year 11, 5th. No, that's Albury system.
10th grade. Yeah, I was right.
No, but you used to joke about how you had a story for everything. And
Yeah.
But you used to joke about like how you get home to like his kids or whatever, and then I was like, "Daddy, can I have dinner?" And you're like, "Oh, when I was a kid, I also had dinner." Like,
Yeah, he literally seemed like he could make a story about anything, but he was really like funny. He seemed okay.
no,
I just want to know where he is now. What is he doing
probably
right now?
he is actually the Queen's butler. He managed to get through all the security checks and everything. And
He has no qualifications. He just gets into places.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually
he
meant
just
to be.
turns up and they're like, oh, he's a guy, he's English, you speak English? You speak English? English, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's like going to the tour of Buckingham Palace and like, Quickly, butler. You can you talk? You have arms? You have arms? Yeah, come here, I'll get your suit.
Yeah.
and now it turns out he's the Queen's favourite butler. She's going to marry him.
He did look. I can't remember what he fully looked like. What country was he? Must have
Yeah,
been?
he was from Poland.
Poland. Okay.
But yeah, so he shares a bed with the Queen.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wait.
Actually, I think that's really hard to talk about the Queen because I think that's actually kind of like treason. Anyway,
Okay, so you're not allowed to talk about the Queen.
we know Frankie Boyle got kicked off from Motley because he was talking about the Queen's vagina.
Did he?
I think that's what it was.
Frankie. Oh, is that why he got kicked? I didn't know he got kicked off.
Apparently, allegedly, he was talking about the Queen's vagina. Now we're talking about the Queen's vagina. We might get kicked
You're
off.
going to get kicked off on the internet.
Delete your Tumblr. You're going to kick me off. The Queen's going to come and kick us off of this podcast. This is going to be the Queen cast.
The Queen cast.
Good name. We can't. I was going to say good name for a
A
podcast.
blind mind.
What?
A life
A blind eye.
without any visual,
Charlie's going through the BBC News website right now.
without mental images.
So we need to. Charlie, we need to think of a name for this podcast because currently, we have.
Oh yeah, we need to find a name for this podcast. Sorry, just reading that. Apparently, this guy doesn't know how to.
No, it's what?
He can't form images in his head when he thinks about stuff. So you can imagine like walking down the street or whatever. If you close your eyes, you can imagine walking down the street. He can't do that.
I know what it means because I actually can't. I can't picture faces in my head.
He said, when I think about my fiance, there's no image.
That's how I get that. I can't like
He has aphantasia.
if I'm not looking at you, Charlie, and I try to pick like, can you see my face in your head?
Yeah,
you know what I look like
yeah,
from my
I
dream.
can.
I can't picture your face or anyone's.
So you have aphantasia.
probably like I know your features. I know what you look like. I know that Charlie has like grey eyes and like
Yeah.
used to have short hair and things like that. I know what you look like
Yeah.
by description. I could write it down, but if I don't look at you, I can't literally.
You can't picture my face.
Nah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I can like it. I can't see your face. Like I can't actually see your face, but I can. I know. Like I can kind of. I can just picture you now. I don't know why. It's weird.
I completely relate to this guy. Good on you.
Crazy.
Good on you.
So we've just found out that you have
Neil
aphantasia.
Kenmore.
Aphantasia.
Kenmore. Well, maybe it's my favorite. Maybe someone who is a viewer of yours would like to comment what is wrong with my brain.
Yeah, comment what's wrong with his brain. Anyway, so what we were oh God, what we were gonna say is we need a name for this whole thing.
I've got a good name for the podcast.
What?
The Avengers. Avengers Assemble podcast.
I don't like it.
I think it's copyright. Registered trademark. Avengers Assemble.
What else? Okay, if we haven't thought of a name by the end of this, then if anyone watches this, that sounds really negative, but if anyone watches this, comment what you think we can name this series. Because right now it's not really. I don't know what it is. Is it a podcast right now?
I think it should be a podcast. I think it's a podcast.
But right now, I know we want it to become a podcast, but is this actually a podcast? Like, is this considered a podcast? What is classified as a podcast?
According to Mr. Matola, it's a 2-minute.
Oh yeah, tell them about that.
Okay, so our old IT teacher. So Charlie and I, like I said, we came up with this idea 2 years ago in IT about how to do a podcast, and in IT you have to do coursework as 40% of your grade, and our teacher, Mr. Matola, God bless him, he was a lovely man, and he had his heart in the right place, but his brain really wasn't. I don't think he understood. I think he thought it was all a dream. But and part of our for this coursework, he got the exam board gave us this big specification of you need to do. What was it to create? It was to create a healthy living plan, like a diet company.
Oh
Gives you that healthy living.
So it was like
So anyway, you have to create a website. You have to create a diet plan. You have to create a fictional person to create this plan for. You have to make like posters and everything. And then one of the last things we had to create was a podcast. And we were like, me and Charlie were like, oh crap, podcast. We can actually like we can jump into what we want to start doing. This is perfect. And then someone was like, no. A podcast isn't a half an hour talk that people can listen to. A podcast is apparently like an advert.
Yeah, what I think he had, because his first language isn't English, I think he had podcast and advert mixed up somehow, like, because this podcast, he gave us an example of it. It was the most hilarious thing. It was him talking over these pictures of like cakes and like salads and that.
It was caked in like a nightclub.
Yeah, and then he's like, how did they come out? In the end, he ended up going party, party, party.
He
close to the mic.
He basically inserted the microphone into his arsehole and tried to yell through his penis so that he could get like, so he could talk.
Oh my god.
Party, party, party.
Party, party, party.
Oh, it's all a party company.
Because where was he from? Nigeria?
Yeah, he does make jokes.
Yeah, so he had
a
a very strong Nigerian accent, and it was so funny. Like, party, party, party. It was the creepiest thing, but he obviously thought that a podcast was apparently an advert. And well, I just found the definition of podcast. It's a digital audio file which is made available for downloading off the internet. Okay, this isn't really that. This is a video.
Unless you save the raw audio.
What would this be? A broadcast? That's live, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what is a?
This is just a conversation until we start.
Yeah, so this is a pilot. Because what we want to start doing, I'll explain it to you. Well, basically, we're not going to get into too much detail. I just don't want to get into too much detail. What we want to do one day in the future, well, I need to get a job. I've been looking for ages. It's the hardest thing ever. Like, I've been looking for so many jobs, but can't find any.
If you're going to be a tutor, I can give you.
No, I really don't want to be a tutor, thanks. Have you got a job?
I'm starting October.
He's starting a job, so everyone seems to be getting a job, other than me. And this is the thing, when I start getting a job, I'm going to get some money, and then I'll be able to then get 2 microphones, so that'll make the audio better. And then what do we want to do? Get it on iTunes or something? Or
so when I get more money, I'll create a website for this podcast that currently has no name, and then I'll start putting it on iTunes once they recognise that this is an actual podcast. Yeah,
and then we'll kind of have the podcast going, but at the same time we'll have a camera recording us, and then I'll be able to put that onto the YouTube channel, and then maybe even one day create like a separate YouTube channel for it. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's what our plan is.
Charlie, I've just found a Prezi by Mr. Matola
about
mobile phones.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think we watched. I think we actually experienced this presentation.
I have a really good idea though. If I go up to here, to QuickTime Player, file, new screen recording.
Okay, so we're going to put this on screen now, right?
Yeah. So this is now on screen. They can see this.
So this is a presentation that I believe we got to experience on Prezi, which is
You can go for it.
It was supposed to be the next Microsoft PowerPoint, where it's supposed to be really whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah.
That's not very good explanation. But I just found this because it was like a untitled Prezi by Tox Amatola. So I think this might be him.
Yeah.
Mobile phones.
It's looking like it, how simplistic it is.
Mobile technology. Whoosh! And I can't read any of that.
What the hell? What is this?
Mobile technology. Oh, he registered himself. And then, live? Oh,
This is so...
It's an untitled podcast, so I think it was a work in progress. He was gonna come into bigger and better things. He's going somewhere, Mr. Matola. I was just thinking about that. Our IT coursework.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about. Do you remember we had to make the diet plan regime where it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, on the
and you need to make a day plan hour by hour for an entire week for a month.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? Where I had a copy and paste mistake. I tried to copy and paste. I made one day and I made it 1 week. I'd already made a week, and I was like, I can't be able to do this for 6 more times. So I thought I might as well just start copying and pasting back into different columns and stuff. Mm. And then I tried to copy and paste my Saturday into all the other Saturdays.
Yeah.
And I had it turn up. Oh, it's every from midnight to midnight. So from Saturday, brink of Saturday to the end of Saturday.
Yeah.
Every 2 hours, you had to eat 2 slices of plain brown bread toast.
I remember that.
Every 2 hours, you get up on Saturday,
oh my God.
midnight, toast, 2 o'clock, toast. Every 2 hours. And, really, it was really good for calorie intake.
Yeah.
You'd get 1,500 calories below, recommended. If you're trying to lose weight, brown bread every 2 hours, 2 plain piece of brown bread. And
so bland.
And I was like, I did it. I was like, I can't be able to change this.
Yeah.
So I tried to be able to counteract it and make Sunday really anti. It's supposed to be a really laxative Sunday.
Yeah.
So imagine, because who's it? Leanne sat next to me. She's like, Oliver, you were eating brown bread for 2 hours every day.
Yeah.
Every 2 hours, you'd want to kill yourself. And you have horrible constipation. I was like, oh, I can sort this. Sundays are going to be really laxative. So I was like, oh, what's the most laxative foods I can think of? And she's like, oh, apples, cabbage, and cola. I was like, easy peasy, piece of piss. What am I going to do? Breakfast, Sunday morning. Apple, can of Coke. Lunch, eat some lettuce and drink a can of Coke. Dinner, just Coke. Like, laxative. You're completely fixed. Then by the week you're going to be completely fine. And she's like, Oliver, I can tell you now, your weekends would be the worst weekend ever. Imagine this, a person gets up on Saturday. Saturday's usually quite a fun day. They'd be the most boring person ever. They'd be so depressed because they just have to. They'd be up all day eating brown bread. They wouldn't want to live. They'd feel so miserable and ill. And then on Sundays, they'd be so energetic, but spend their entire day on the toilet. They'd be on the phone like, hey, what's going on? And the toilet. And then the rest of the week, they'd feel miserable because they'd be emptied. Oh, and even then, my week's regime wasn't that happy anyway.
Yeah.
It was like Monday breakfast, toast and juice. Lunch, lasagna. Great. Oh, so exciting. And then every so often, every like 2 weeks, like, give him a treat, give him a takeaway. I think that's not very encouraging. I'll treat yourself, have a takeaway. It's just kebabs. It was like toast, 50 calories, kebab, 600. Oh, it really shot up there.
Do you know what's really funny though about that? Like, what was it? There was a name for it. It was like a what's it called? What was the name for what it was? It was a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And we had to do this really like certain formula, didn't we? Like you had to go because it was like Excel, and you had to do like I can't remember what you had to do. You had to click into that little
drop down box.
Yeah, the little drop down box.
It's like a menu,
formula.
right?
Yeah. And by you writing down the formula, it like kind of automatically put in all of the things.
Even if you
and I never used the formula like ever. It was like, do you remember? Because I kept on copying off of Aisha.
Yeah.
Next to me.
And she copied off me.
Yeah, she copied off him and I copied off her, and then I still ended up somehow getting a C without even using what we were meant to do. And
I think the
sorry,
issue
I
was
just admitted that if Mr. Amatola happened to be watching.
The issue was I'd give her literally the formula at the top of the screen. Like you click on a cell and it comes up with the formula that's in that cell.
Yeah.
And I'd go, Aisha, I'm just going to read you the formula, like as it is, and you just write it down and change the bits, like obviously for your cell. So I'd be like, my cell is like A1 to A4.
Yeah.
And I'd like, change yours, because obviously your cell's gonna be really different. And she's like, yeah. Just type it in. I'm pretty sure she just put like drop down menus, like random points around the thing. And then you copied off them, so you're also getting just random menus everywhere. I'm like, let's change that.
Oh my god, it was really bad. I honestly still don't know how I passed IT, because and we had Mr. Leaper.
Yeah.
And
what a nice guy. Hair of a 15-year-old.
Let's see if we can find Mr. Leaper. Actually,
this spelled really weird. I thought he was a nice guy. Leper. You don't just Googling lepers. I thought he was a nice guy.
What was his first name?
I want to say Chad, but that's not. It's. I thought he was a nice guy. He was very misinterpreted, but he really. Oh, he always has those shaky eyes.
He had this really weird thing, and so Ollie was actually okay with him because he was. I don't know. He was really strange. I'm sorry if you're watching. Yeah, but we're never going to see you again.
Well,
honest. Probably.
I'll see you in hell, bitch.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah.
Hey, it's him! Oh my god, it's him!
Oh my gosh, we found him.
Oh my god!
That's actually him. Where's the ones of me?
Is that his boyfriend? But I thought he had this really weird tick that like he'd always really want.
whenever he looked at you like intensely, like so if you asked him for what's it? If you asked him for like some help or something, so you'd be stuck. He'd come over to you and be like, yes, and then he'd look at you like really angry, and then he'd look at the screen, and his eyes would be like,
he looked like the screen.
he'd be like,
It's like the screen just like offended his mother. He'd be like,
yeah, and he'd keep looking at the screen like that, and you can do the shaky eye thing. Yeah, go close to the camera.
he'd be like.
I don't know if
So
you can see that.
You want some help?
Yeah, his eyes constantly shook. It was so scary, and it was weird.
Read that.
The answer is Mike loves men. I did it.
That was the guy from the previous Mike
He
Beaver.
isn't it? He's so.
Lol, my bro, of course. Smiley face.
Brotherly love.
Oh, is that his? That's fine. Sorry, I just need to. I'm going to take this. Keep talking.
Yeah, he was so weird, and his hair. I don't know if you really explained his hair, but his hair was like. So what it was, I used to have the same hairstyle in like year 6 and maybe year 7, maybe year 8, year 9 as well. But so I kind of went on and off of it. This weird hairstyle where you have the front of your hair like flattened down like this, and then the back of the rest of it spiked up into like a mohawk down here. He had that. He's like 30 something years old, a teacher, and he had that hairstyle. And he doesn't have the right face shape or head shape for it
Or anything.
Yeah, and oh my god, it was so weird. It was quite small as well, wasn't he? It was like
He was disproportionate for his everything.
it was really strange, but I don't know. The whole eye thing. He would literally look at you, and his eyes would just be shaking around. It was so freaky, and the way he like looked like that, the screen and that.
I'm just stalking his Facebook. There are big gaps from where he was teaching our class. I'm pretty sure he just deleted like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself.
So he was teaching our class in 2014, wasn't he?
I think I've broken his Facebook. 2013. Oh, he hasn't posted in a while. He's from Essex.
Probably so that no one finds it. He did not sound like he was from Essex.
If you live in and you know that's what's up, just tell him we say hi. Anyway, so yeah, you and I.
Sorry, I was not listening. I was just really blanked out there.
So
I can cut it so it doesn't look like it's so awkward.
You and I have known each other for 10 years, Charlie. Actually, it's coming up on 11
over
years.
10 years. I said that so weird. Over 10 years. 10 years.
It's going to be 11 years in January, which is going to be really...
He's got videos.
Do you think my stomach growl? Oh, he's in New Zealand.
He's with Katrina.
Wow, you're so brave. What was that taken?
Haha, it's wow, thanks. You must be like, thanks for just telling everyone that. It's not me. I was thinking so much
well, some big balls.
Yeah.
No, what, me? He didn't talk like that at all.
That's how he should talk, but he doesn't.
No, so, yeah, we've been together for 10 years. And realistically, we don't have that much in common, you and I. Other than the fact that, like, we have friends in common. Well,
yeah,
we have friends in common.
The funny thing, we're such good friends, and he's probably one of my closest friends, but it's like at school, we never really, apart from...
well, we didn't need them, it's just because we have like different...
Yeah, in Eden we did because we kind of hung around kind of the same groups. It was like the group was split into 2 and he kind of went between the 2 groups like that. Like, just kind of like, the groups would literally sit like next to each other, and he'd walk from one group to there, walk back. And like,
we see each other every morning now.
Yeah, now we just see each other every morning, but that's about it. And maybe sometimes during the day if we walk past each other in the corridor. But he just has he has completely different friends. Like, we actually look completely different. We don't look like we would be friends, but we are. And like,
I don't find that friends look like each other.
We know,
we look completely different.
No, I mean we don't look like we would associate with each other, but the point is his friends are like, I don't talk to his friends, he doesn't talk to my friends really, apart from my friend.
Some of them.
Yeah. And like, I don't know,
we have, the only thing we really have in common is psychosis, I guess. We have this weird thing, and we talk to each other like most mornings, it's like, we'll be walking down the street, not together, because I don't want to see this twat. You might tell me like how you've been walking down the street, and then you'll see someone, and you wish you could go and like stab them in the throat. Does it doesn't happen?
Yeah, it does, but it sounds a bit creepy.
Because I had one on the way here actually. I was walking up by, just up the road by the library, and then you know how they have those like grey metal blocks in the street?
Yeah.
And they have like the electrics in them for like the
yeah.
And there's a guy with the box all open, and he's like working on it, and he's like crouched down, and you can see all the, like the wires and stuff. I had a massive urge as I was walking past him
To
just
kick
to
him.
push him into
Oh my
it
God.
and just have him get fried. I was like, I could.
He does nothing to you.
I don't care.
He's
I wanna see
he's
him
actually a
die.
maniac. He's psychopathic, literally.
We were talking about just before we were recording. We were talking about how that kid was a failed abortion.
Oh my god, no, yeah, we can't talk about that because.
Well, I don't know if he's watching. He might do.
I suppose by now we're already like 40,
50 minutes.
No, I've cut out a few minutes by the now. We're about 40 something minutes into the video maybe. If you've stayed here this long, then congratulations, to be honest, because I just realised how long we've been talking for. It does not feel like we've been talking that long.
No. I'm
You
looking
ever-
for your friends list.
What?
I'm just looking for your friends list. Wow. Okay.
Why does it have friends and then more friends?
Yeah, because you're not your priority friends. I like where it's just sat on Mr. Lever's Facebook. Oh! I need to show you something. On Facebook.
What?
I need to show you something on Facebook.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah, if you've made it this far, then congratulations. If you are watching, then thank you very much. If you're new, then subscribe. Oh my gosh, subscribe.
Oh my god.
We just found.
What am I saying? Oh my god, I found it earlier.
I like how if they just saw this, I just pointed to you like I want to
Come on!
We just found someone we know from school, like one of the teachers. It's so
you're
weird.
saying, oh my god, we found a friend from school.
No, it's one of the teachers from school. This is so weird.
But no, look at
Oh my gosh. That's
and then, oh, we shouldn't say that name, should we?
Hang on, I want to see what. Where would? Oh my gosh. Hang on. What?
I don't know who that is. But make sure not to press like or anything, because you
Yeah.
can get. Actually, I think you're prevented from liking anything. Look, there's no button that says like.
Oh, yeah. That's weird.
Facebook is the ultimate stalking tool.
It
Add
is.
friend.
We found them so no. We found them so easily.
No, I was going to click on friends.
What are 6 for?
What's this one?
I thought it was Mr. Patel then. Mr. Patel was so cool.
Yeah, it was very abusive, but it was cool.
Yeah, but he was so cool for me because he was my tutor. He tutored me and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
We
was I
have
gonna
good,
say?
good memories from secondary school, Charlie.
Yeah, we do have good memories from it. Is there any other news
So-
articles?
Oh, I've got game to play. Have you got music on your phone?
Not really. No, I don't have any on my phone.
Do you have music on your iTunes?
No.
Well, then that's a useless game, isn't it? I was gaming this, right? You pull up your iTunes, and I ask you questions, and you put your iTunes on shuffle, and I ask you questions, and the answers will be whatever the next song is in shuffle. So that
Oh no, yeah, I don't have any.
How do you have music on iTunes? Do you download your music illegally?
I don't download any music. Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it?
You just don't listen to music.
I listen to it on YouTube. I'm on YouTube every day for at least like 5 hours, 6 hours a day.
And so am I, but like,
I just watch. If I ever want to listen to music, I just put it on YouTube.
I buy my iPod all the time. It's a very old iPod as well. It's got.
Oh yeah, my old iPod has music on it, but I don't know where that is. Somewhere upstairs. It's got like thousands of songs on it, but
I'm happy about
I just don't have the money. Don't have the money.
Go back in time and buy a cheap iPod. Like my one, back in the day, it's a really old iPhone. Not iPod.
I think that's the same one I've got.
Yeah, but like nowadays, they've got a new iPod Touch.
Nowadays.
Nowadays,
Who's that nowadays?
they're all Apple products are very expensive.
No.
But this one's a 64 gig. And like your phone for 64 gigs would be pretty expensive. So people just sort of like, oh,
Yeah, mine's only like 173. I'm joking.
you can't get that.
Oh.
Why would they do them in odd numbers? Why are you such a twat?
173 gigabytes. 173.9.
But ironically, it takes 100
Out of
gigs to
time.
download the
Why
new
do
case.
public clocks Why do public clocks like Big Ben run slow?
This isn't going to be
Oh, Halloween outrage.
Yeah,
Cleveland
I
Jenner
saw this.
is now a fancy dress costume.
And Cecil the Lion.
Oh, that's sad. Well, Cecil the Lion's sad. Lion? Lion. Well, there's a motorcyclist outside.
Yeah, there's a window right behind the camera. Oh, did you see this video?
Oh, where? What?
Did you see this story?
The $1.5 million punch.
Okay, so yeah, there's in was it Taiwan. There was this really famous painting right up on the wall. Don't read what it says. Got a couple minutes. This will be the last bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Really famous painting up in a museum, like the Louvre in Paris, but it's in Taiwan. And it's,
Yeah.
And they have also the big big area sort of roped off with the felt, not the felt. You know what I mean? The rope.
Yeah.
And all these people are standing around like, taking pictures of themselves and things like that. And this kid, I don't know what it is, 12-year-old Taiwanese boy, he's at the museum with his family or something. And I'm guessing they're all being toured around because there's a massive group of them.
Yeah.
And they're like CCTV footage of the group, and then they start leaving, and the kid's like, oh, and he starts moving as well, and he trips on the rope, and he goes poof, and punches a hole in the thing. If there's a video.
Oh my days.
I saw the CCTV footage last night, and I just couldn't.
It's got pictures of the punch in it though. Look.
Yeah, try and look for the video because the video is like Schadenfreude, where you like watch it and it's like, oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, this one, go. There, close focus television. Look, okay, so there's a massive group of people there. No. It starts like, boom. And then he's like, oh, it's okay. Oh. Yeah, the talk is like, and then walks off. No, the idea is that, thankfully, the kid doesn't have to pay. They don't have to pay for the repairs because $1.5 million.
Why does he not have to pay?
Because he's just a kid and an accident. They have.
You were an accident. I have to pay for your. I'm joking. That was so good. Anyway, yeah, what? Okay, so it's pretty much time.
Yeah, it's time to end it.
That was such a horrible ending. Just me saying that to you. Anyway.
I hate you.
Anyway.
I loathe you as a human being.
Anyway.
Sometimes I'm at home in bed. Like I stay awake at night just thinking how I can disassemble you.
Anyway. Just keep saying that. Anyway.
Are you trying to segue out of this?
Anyway.
You can't get away with this.
Anyway.
Shut up.
Anyway.
I'm going to murder your parents.
I just remembered something so funny.
What, that you have parents?
That's horrible. No, I just remembered something. Wait. What was I saying? I know. Oh yeah, that was it. Anyway. It was like...
Should this podcast be called Anyway?
Oh, we still haven't found a name.
Oh yeah,
People need to find a name. Okay, this is pretty much the end of the podcast. We're running out of time. The camera's got like...
It's got 5 minutes left.
Yes.
You were counting on your fingers, what, 58? 100...
No, because it was...
103 minus... No. 63 minus 58.
So you're the one... Anyway. What we say? So we need to think of a name. What is a good name for this? I haven't looked at you, so
I'm still thinking Happy Fun Podcast. Happy Fun Time Podcast.
Happy Fun Time.
It's better than the other one. It's like finger
time.
Finger time.
Happy Fun Time.
Happy Fun Time. Yeah.
No. I actually had an idea earlier while you were talking, and I didn't want to interrupt you, and I think I've completely forgot it.
The Swastika Appreciation Society.
Oh my god, no.
We have 4 minutes.
Happy Fun Time. Happy Fun Time.
Special o'clock. And then we start our podcast like, it's special o'clock. And then we get taken down for major offences.
Taken down for major offences? That's a thing, is it? That's an official thing.
YouTube police will come into your door.
You're taken down for major offences. What? Can you explain it? No, just major offences.
You said special o'clock. I think it's self-explanatory at that point.
The thing though, okay, so I really need to find a name for this.
We have 3 minutes, and I might wet myself.
It's not funny.
Piss time podcast.
Why? I can cut all of this out, you know.
No, I think it's good. I think it's good to see the thought process in which you actually think, and I just throw out the first thing I can think of.
Twit. Because not twat, because that's a bad word.
That's a Roald Dahl book.
The twits.
Hey, we're the twits.
With twats.
No, you're the twat. F*** off.
Oh my god, I have to censor that. There's so much editing to do in this video.
What, are you going to censor out all the swearing?
Yeah, I always censor out my swearing.
Do you not swear on your channel?
That's why every time you've been swearing I've been like, nah, no,
oh.
I swear, but I just censor it out all the
I've
time.
been yelling
There's a
Primarily.
fucking 9-year-old kid watching that. I'm not going to be.
He's gonna hear it eventually.
I have accidentally kept in some swear words before. There was one of my Outlast videos.
Just keep me swearing, but you can censor yourself.
Yeah, I suppose.
But you've sworn like twice, so I
I've
think
definitely censored the C word.
I thought it was something about Taiwan.
Yeah, that's a C word. Well, how much have we got long? Oh my gosh,
How
we've
much
got 2 minutes.
How much have we got long? Okay. Quickie o'clock. Can't call it that.
We need to find something.
Okay, we'll just say it like this. If you can think of a better name.
Banter clock.
No. Comment.
But then what can I call the title of the video?
Give us a name.
What do I title
Just
this
call
video?
it Pilot.